Pilates, and I'm here today to take you through a 20-minute Pilates resistance band workout. I'm using Stylerunner's resistance bands. They come in a light, medium and heavy weight, and I think today we'll just use the heavy and the medium. Let's begin with the heavy and we'll start to warm up our legs. Grab the band, place your feet through the loop and bring it to just above the knees. We're going to work with a little bit of pelvic rolls to begin with, so let's lay on back. My feet are nice and firmly pressed into the floor. My arms are nice and long by my side. My legs are running nice and parallel to each other, and I've got a slight bit of resistance on this band, so I'm slightly pushing out into that band. I've got a nice little neutral spine, so that just means I have a nice little gap just underneath my lower back. And I'm bringing those arms and just really pressing them into the floor. I want to think about melting my back now and tucking my tailbone towards my face. I'm going to start to lift my bottom off the floor, my lower back, my mid-back, all the way to about the shoulder blades. And then I just roll and reverse that movement all the way back down. Good, we start off nice and slowly so we can get this movement right. So I tuck that tailbone towards my face and flatten through that lower back. I start to lift my bottom, my lower back, mid-back, all the way to shoulder blades. And then I roll and reverse that movement all the way back down. So you really want to feel your spine rolling off the mat, piece by piece. And then you also want to really feel it roll all the way back down, piece by piece. Once you start to have that connection, the roll up and the roll down, you can start to move through the movement just a little bit quicker. Not too quick, but just a little bit quicker. Good. And then we can start to perfect it a little bit. So I really want you to press those hands nice and firm into that floor. They're there for that nice bit of support. You really want them to be quite active. You really want to press your feet nice and evenly into the floor as well. And really kind of push off. Lifting, raising the bottom, squeezing the glutes up top. And then reversing and rolling back down. Good. Alright, you've also got a nice bit of resistance on that band, so you've got a nice slight little push out of that band. It's going to start to warm up through the outer thighs as well. So I get to the top, I squeeze my bottom, I release, and I roll everything back down. Good. We're here for a little bit and then we'll start to add on. I roll on up piece by piece, really feel that spine roll off the floor, and then roll all the way back down. Good. That's it. This is warming up through the back of the body. We're starting to warm up through the glutes. We're warming up through the hamstrings. And also warming up through that spine. Let's go for another 6 here. So I tuck, I roll all the way up. I give a nice little squeeze up top. I've got that pressure on the band. And I roll everything back down. Let's go for 5. Good. Roll everything piece by piece. 4 more here. Really press those hands nice and firm into the floor. Good. 3 more. We tuck, we roll all the way up. Squeeze, release, roll back down. 2 more here. Good. On your next one, I want you to tuck, roll all the way up and stay out nice and high for me. To squeeze that bottom, kind of slightly tuck the tailbone towards your face and stay in this position here. We don't want to let that bottom drop at all. So we keep squeezing the bottom to stay nice and lifted. We're just going to hold. Let's get this position correct. And now I want you to open the knees, close the knees. Good. So we open, close. We keep bottom on the exact same level. We don't want it dropping. We just open the knees, close the knees. So really push against that band, then close back up. That's it. Keep squeezing bottom. Stay nice and high. That's it. Use those hands. They're there for your support. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6 more here. 5, 4 more. Keep squeezing bottom. Keep nice and lifted. 3, 2. One more. Bring the legs back parallel, but we're staying up nice and high still, so we're still squeezing that bottom to keep yourself nice and lifted. We're holding here. Now I'm going to hinge from the hips, so I want to make like a little hinge, almost touch that floor, squeeze back up. Good. So we hinge, almost touch the floor, squeeze back up. I still have that resistance on that band, so I'm having a still slight little push out with that band. I'm just hinging from the hips, squeezing back up. Good. Hinge, press back up. Really squeeze those glutes as you press up towards the ceiling. Let's go for another 8, 7, 6, 5 more here. 4, make sure the legs are still pressing out into that band. 2 more. On your next one, hold up for me here, and then roll piece by piece all the way back down. But we are going back up, so let's tuck, let's roll all the way up. So we'll hold ourselves here. Can you open the knees for 1, close, hinge down, press back up, and then we're going to open the band 2, 1, we hinge down, press back up. So we're adding on each time. So 3, 2, 1, we hinge down. Good. We're going all the way up to 6. We hinge, open and close for 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Hinge down, squeeze up, keep bottom nice and level. You're 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hinge back down. Good. Squeeze up. 6, 5, 4. Really press into that band for 3, 2, 1. Bring legs back parallel, holding up here with some squeeze in that bottom. Keep yourself nice and lifted. Let's finish with some pulses down. So we hinge down, squeeze back up. Good. That's it. You've got an 8, 7, 6, 5 more, 4, 3, 2, squeeze up, 1 more, hold here, and then roll piece by piece all the way back down. Let's hug those knees in towards the chest. Maybe have a nice little roll out side to side, a little massage through that lower back. And while we're here, let's just take off this heavy band and let's change on over to our medium band. And again, we're just going to step into that and bring it just above the knees. Let's forget about legs for a little while, we'll move into abs. So let's roll on back. We're going to come into a bit of a basic chest lift position here. So I just want your knees bent and both feet are firmly pressed into the floor. I also want your tailbone, so like your butt kind of pressing into that floor a little bit. And it'll give you like a nice little neutral spine here, so a small little gap just underneath that waist. Bring your hands behind your head. Rest that your head nice and heavy into your hands. And we're just going to come into a nice little chest lift position here. So let's lift on up, and then let's lower back down. Good. We squeeze on up, lower back. So I'm really thinking about bringing my ribs towards my hips here, so squeezing together. I'm not using my hands to pull my head up. My head's really heavy in my hands. I've got a small little gap just underneath my chin, so think of like a tennis ball or something. And we want to keep that gap the entire time. So as we lower, and even as we lift up. And then with the band here, just have a slight little push out with the band, just so your legs are running nice and parallel. Good. Let's just stay here for a little bit. Let's start to warm up through the abs. We lift and lower. Good. It's a nice slow movement up and a nice controlled movement back down. Good. Squeeze up, release back down. Let's go for another 6 and then we'll start to add on. 5. Really squeeze. Think about squeezing those ribs towards your hips. 4. 3. 2 more. On your next one, can you stay up nice and high for me? So keep yourself nice and lifted. Keep squeezing together. Now I want you to think about opening and closing those knees with that chest lifted. So we open and close. Good. We open, close. That's it. We keep our chest nice and high as we can. We Open and close for another 6. 5. 4 more. 3. 2. 1. And then you can lower your head back down. Let's work into a little bit of combo like we did before. So we're going to lift on up. I want you to hold this here. Let's open our knees for 1. We close. We lower the head back down. We're going to add on each time. So we lift on up. We open and close for 2. 1. And lower that head back down. Good. So we go up again. We're going up to 6. 3. 2. 1. Lower the head back down. That's it. Relift yourself. Keep yourself nice and high. Open for 4. 3. 2. 1. Lower head down. Just 5 and 6 to go. We lift on up. Say nice and high for 5. 4. 3. 2. 1 here. Lower down. Last little bit. We lift on up again. We open for 6. 5. 4 more. 3. 2. 1. And we lower everything down. You might need to have a nice little stretch for your abdominals. You kind of lengthen out nice and long if that feels good. You can hug your knees in towards your chest if that feels better. Because we're going back up. So let's bend our knees again. Bring our feet back to the floor. Let's have our legs running nice and parallel. Slight bit of resistance in that band. Now we're going to work into obliques here. So we're going to work into a bit of twists. So hands behind head. Let's work onto the left hand side first. So I'm going to twist on over to my left knee. And I'm going to lower back down. I'm going to stay on this side. So I'm twisting on over to my left knee. And I lower back down again. So it's just your upper body that's really twisting. We want to think about like wringing the waist out. So we like wring and twist just the upper body and lower everything back. Think about maybe bringing your right underarm to your left knee. And we twist on over. And then we lower back. Good. A few more here. We'll start to add on as well. That's it. Let's go for another 4. We've got 3. Twist on over. Really wring out that waist. 2. 1 more here, but can we hold this twist here? Can we bring our left knee and squeeze together and then lower everything back down? Good. So we twist and we squeeze everything together. Really feel that resistance of that band, trying to bring that knee in. And we lower back down. So it's a nice, slow, controlled movement up. We squeeze. And it's also a nice, controlled, slow movement back down. That's it. We twist and squeeze everything together. That's it. Good. A few more here. Let's go for 4. 3 more. Twist and really squeeze together. 2. Nice. On your next one, can you twist and squeeze and hold for me? Hold, get nice and close. Finish off with some pulses. We pulse up and down, really reach that right underarm to that left knee. Squeeze in together for another 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower everything back down. Good. All right, we'll go to the other side though. Let's kind of reset. Let's come back to recenter for 3 chest lifts here. So come up for 3. Just kind of reset before we get to the other side for 2. 1 more here. And let's go straight to that right side. So keep the feet down for the first one. We twist to the right. We lower everything back down. Good. So knees stay pointing up towards the ceiling. Again, we're bringing out that waist. Think about that left underarm to that right knee. Twist on over. Good. Twist on over. That's it. Nice. Little twist. Good, good. Let's go for a few more here. Let's go for 3. 2. 1. We're going to hold this. Let's bring that right knee in, squeeze together, and then lower everything back down. Good. We twist and squeeze together. That's it. Nice, slow sort of tempo up, squeeze in, and a nice bit of resistance back down. Good. Let's go for another 4. 3. Feel that resistance of that band pulling you back down. You want to kind of pull against it. 2. On your next one, you twist and squeeze and hold here for me. Get a little bit higher, get a bit closer. Finish off with some pulses here. Little pulses to that right knee. You've got another 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then lower everything down. Maybe hug those knees in towards your chest. Have a roll side to side. And then we'll roll on up. And let's change on over. So we're going to keep the medium band on for a little bit more glute work. You can change over to the heavy if you'd like. We're going to work into a little bit of glute press here. So working onto all fours, I want your knees underneath your hips. And we're going to come down to our forearms for this one here. So we kind of just rest into our forearms. Really press your upper body away from the floor and really draw that belly in. I'm going to start with my right leg first. I'm going to work for that right glute. I'm going to press my right heel up towards that ceiling and then tap my knee back down. You'll feel that band kind of try and pull you back down. You want to really resist against it and then tap the knee back down. And we really want the heel to be pressing up towards the ceiling because that's going to engage the glute that little bit more. Every time you press that heel up towards the ceiling, really think about squeezing through that right glute. So through that right butt cheek there, squeezing and then tapping back down. Good. We press up, lower back down. That's it, good. So if you think about upper body here, you want to be nice and strong, pressing away from that floor. Tap back down. A few more, we'll start to add on. Good. That's it. Really think about hips facing down towards the floor as well. Put them nice and level. Pressing that heel up. Let's go for another 4. 3. 2 more. On your next one, I want you to keep that leg nice and high. So really press that heel up towards the ceiling. Add those little pulses in. Little pulses here, up and down for 6. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But hold that leg up for me. Keep that knee nice and lifted. We just hinge that leg out. Bring it back in. So we keep that leg nice and high, nice and level. We just hinge the lower half of the leg out and then squeeze back in. Good. We've got another 4, 3, 2 more. On your next one, can you extend that leg out nice and straight? Finish off with some little pulses, straight leg pulses, up and down. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend that knee in. Maybe come into a nice little rest pose here. So sit the bottom back. We lengthen out long through the arms and sit back. Before we go to the other side, let's just come up onto our hands and work through a little bit of plank work. I'm just going to fix my band. It has moved slightly. Bound to happen. Let's bring our hands underneath our shoulders. I've got a nice little bit of resistance on that band as well. I'm tucking my toes. I want to work into a bit of a 4-point kneeling plank. So I want to think about pressing my upper body away from the floor, drawing that belly in. And I'm just going to tuck my toes and hover my knees off the floor. We're just going to hold this plank here. It's 4-point kneeling plank. It's nice and strong. My knees are just slightly off the floor. My back's nice and straight. We're just going to hold here. Can we now add some little knee taps in? So I just tap my knees down, press back up. We tap down, press up. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding here for me. Can we now open and close our knees for 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to bring my knees back down. Just come into a little rest pose before we add those two moves together. So I'm going to sit back, just maybe roll out through my wrists a little bit. I'm going to come back up and I'm going to put those two moves that we just did together. So work into a bit of combo there. So strong upper body. Tuck my toes, hover my knees. I'm going to open, close, tap my knees back down, press back up. So I open, close, tap down, press back up. Just a few more here. Tap down, press up. Let's go for 3. 2 more. We've got 1 more here. Tap down, press back up, lower the knees down, and again, come into that rest pose. Good. Okay, but we're going to finish our glutes on the other side. So let's finish off our left leg here. So let's come back down into our forearms. Again, I'm going to really press the upper body away, strong upper body, draw my belly in. I'm now working through my left glute. So let's press our left heel up towards the ceiling and then tap back down. Good. So remember, it's that heel that presses up towards the ceiling. As I press up, I really want to think about squeezing through that left butt cheek. Give a little squeeze and then release back down. That's it. I need to watch my hips, make sure they're still facing down towards the floor. They're nice and level. Then one's not lifting up. So press that heel, tap back down. Good. That's it. Just a few more here, then we'll add on the last little bit of your workout. Let's go for another 4. Really resist against that band, press away from that band for 3, 2. On your next one, we hold up nice and high. Add those little pulses in. Pulse up and down, up and down. You've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding here. We extend that leg out. So we keep that leg nice and high. It doesn't drop. We just extend that leg out, back in. Good. We extend out, squeeze back in. You've got another 4, 3, good. 2 more here. On your next one, you extend that leg out, hold it here, last little bit, pulse that leg, straight leg, pulse up and down for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that knee in. Let's sit that bottom back, have a nice little rest here. Take a few deep breaths. And then just roll piece by piece all the way back up. And you guys, we're done. That went so quick, so I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again shortly. Thanks.